Welcome to Bottom Up, a podcast where we explore the lowest moments in people's lives and the incredible stories of how they overcame them. Each episode, we'll hear from guests who have been through some of life's toughest challenges and have come out on the other side. From overcoming addiction and mental health struggles to surviving abuse and overcoming personal loss, we'll hear how they found the strength to keep going and turn their lives around. These stories of resilience, determination, and hope will inspire you to never give up, even in your darkest moments. So join us as we delve into the depths of the human experience and learn how to rise up from the bottom. Today, आज चाहिँ नि हामीसँग एउटा Slackliner छ हैन, Calisthenics athlete, अरु के छ यार, क्लाइमर, Roadies को च्याम्पियन 2017 मा, अनि झन् त्यो Roadies मा सिजन 3 and 4 मा जज गर्नु भएको थियो हैन.
हजुर.
समन दाइ, वेलकम.
थ्याङ्क यू भेरी मच मानव.
के छ अब हामी तपाईँ ब्याक एन्ड फोर्थ भइ त रहेछ हैन, तर अब लेट्स गो म्यान. अब लाइक आई सेड हैन, तपाईँ स्ल्याकलाइनिङ गर्छ. तर स्ल्याकलाइनिङ खास के हो हाम्रो भ्युअरलाई बुझाइदिनु त.
स्ल्याकलाइनिङ, द लाइन विच इज स्ल्याक, जुन चाहिँ स्ल्याक लुज हुन्छ, द्याट्स वाइ इट्स कल स्ल्याक लाइन होइन. अनि बेसिकली एउटा पोइन्टदेखि अर्को पोइन्टसम्म बाँध्छ, डोरी जस्तै हुन्छ, बट इट्स अ फ्ल्याट. जस्तै अब यो यस्तो हुन्छ नि, यस्तो इट्स नट अ रोप होइन, यस्तो फ्ल्याट हुन्छ. अनि यस्तोमा चाहिँ हिँड्ने अनि त्यही चिज जब माथि हाइटमा गर्छ एन्ड द्याट बिकम्स अ हाई लाइन.
सो यु डु स्ल्याकलाइनिङ अर हाइलाइनिङ?
आई डु स्ल्याक लाइन एन्ड अल्सो हाई लाइन.
एन्ड डिफ्रेन्स चाहिँ नि लाइक वान्स अबभ एन्ड वान्स बिलो होइन.
अब ग्राउन्डमा छ भने त्यसलाई स्ल्याक लाइन भन्छ. अब स्ल्याक लाइन नै हो माथि पनि, बट इट बिकम्स हाई लाइन के.
ए मैले पनि स्ल्याकलाइन गरेको छ नि.
हो,
आज बिहान गरेको मैले.
कहाँ?
घरमा गरेको आज.
ए हो,
कसरी थाहा छ? आज म 11 बजी जिम जानुपर्ने थियो. उठेको 11:05.
ए
अनि स्ल्याक गरेँ नि मैले. स्ल्याक लाइन गरेँ नि मैले त. स्ल्याक लाइनिङ होइन नि.
कसरी?
मैले मैले जिम त मिस गरेँ नि. स्ल्याक लाइङ भयो नि मेरो त. स्ल्याक लाइनिङ
भयो.
स्ल्याकिङ भयो. आई मेन्ट स्ल्याकिङ भन्नु. मैले त लाइक गरेँ.
There was no line but you slacked.
Yeah, I slacked. No line. There was the bed को लाइनिङ चाहिँ नि थियो.
लाइनिङ यो ऱ्याप निस्किन्छ जस्तो चाहिँ.
दाइको म्युजिक भिडियो अहिले फिल्म गराउँदैछ.
म्युजिक भिडियो
यो लाएर नि स्ल्याक लाइनिङ गरेर होइन, सबैजनालाई देखाइदिनु त तपाईँको नयाँ मास्क.
ल, दिस इज माई न्यू मास्क.
वाउ. अब होइन, गेटिङ ब्याक अन टपिक होइन, अब तपाईँ स्ल्याकलाइनिङ कसरी त्यो अब सुन्नै सक्दिनँ.
अब क्लाइम्बिङ वालमा चाहिँ इन जेनरल स्ल्याक लाइन चाहिँ अब भइरहेको हुन्छ होइन, किनकि अब इट्स क्लाइम्बिङ स्पेसली हातको लागि चाहिँ एकदम हुन्छ होइन. अनि वेन यु वान्ट टु रेस्ट, यु वान्ट टु डु एक्टिभिटी, अनि त्यो बेला चाहिँ स्ल्याक लाइन बिकम्स अ पर्फेक्ट स्पोर्ट क्या, किनकि यु आर नट युजिङ अ ह्यान्ड्स, यु आर युजिङ ओन्ली योर लेग्स एन्ड कोर. सो ह्यान्ड्स बिकम फ्री, स्पेसली अब फिङ्गर्स, आर्म्स मोस्टली युज हुन्छ क्लाइम्बिङमा. अनि स्ल्याक लाइन बिकम्स द अब काउन्टर ब्यालेन्स गर्नको लागि, बडीको लागि इट्स भेरी हेल्पफुल. सो क्लाइम्बिङ गर्दा गर्दा नै अलिअलि स्ल्याक लाइनिङ चाहिँ गर्न सुरु भइसकेको थियो. And I saw somebody highlining for the first time. अनि त्यसपछि मेरो स्ल्याक लाइनिङ गर्ने इच्छा झन् ठुलो हुँदै गयो, बिकज आई वान्टेड टु डु हाई लाइन. एन्ड बिफोर यु डु हाई लाइन तिमीलाई स्ल्याक लाइन राम्रो गर्नु पऱ्यो नि त. इट्स द बेस फर द हाई लाइन. अनि त्यही अनुसार नै हो.
So do you consider yourself a slackliner or a highliner?
I don't know. I just do whatever I like. People can call me whatever they want.
That's the attitude that Dami say. Yeah, like not many people have that. everyone's like मलाई यो भन्नु पर्छ, this is who I am भनेर, but you're just like म जे गर्छु त्यही गर्छु, whatever I want to do I'll do, you guys call me whatever you want हैन.
किनकि अब एक दिनमा एकजना मान्छे डिफ्रेन्ट रोल खेलेर हुन्छ होइन. In the morning you become somebody's son, at the day you become somebody's lover, at the night you become like something else, who knows होइन. अब the role changes.
अब त्यो रोल चेन्ज हुँदाखेरि गाह्रो हुन्छ नि होइन.
हुँदैन. Why?
Because like when change happens गाह्रो हुँदैन.
ल वेदर पनि चेन्ज भइरहन्छ, गाह्रो हुन्छ. We adjust नि त.
We adjust.
होइन अब जाडो भइरहेछ, एकछिनमा गर्मी हुन्छ, हामीले एडजस्ट गर्छ.
चिसो हुँदाखेरि पनि गाह्रो त भइहाल्छ होइन. अल अफ अ सडन तातो हुँदाखेरि you have to take your hoodie off.
चिसोमा हिउँ पर्छ, क्या रमाइलो हुन्छ.
त्यो पनि हो.
गर्मीमा फुल फुल्छ, क्या रमाइलो हुन्छ.
हामीले कहिले कहीँ एप्रिसिएट गर्दैन जस्तै लाग्छ है दाइलाई.
होइन चेन्ज इज द रुल अफ द वर्ल्ड हो क्या. इट्स अ रुल होइन. चेन्ज हुनै पर्छ नि त. इफ देयर इज नो चेन्ज देयर इज नो लाइफ होइन त. तिमी सानो बेला यत्रो थियौ, अहिले यत्रो भयो, बिकज इट्स अ चेन्ज नि त होइन. सो लाइक एक्सेप्ट गर्नुपर्छ चेन्जलाई.
You have to accept change. True. अब when you're slacklining होइन, चेन्ज त धेरै भइरहेको हुन्छ होला. लाइक अलिकति हट्दाखेरि you have to lean the other way or this way. You have to counter the way of law, the way of the earth होइन, just to stay on that line होइन. So how do you stay focused? तपाईँको त्यो focus, like how did your mind not drift off होइन? You had to stay like focused to such a strong degree होइन. Like you can't let your mind wander even a bit. You have to be aware about every single muscle.
Mind always wanders होइन. माइन्डको काम नै वन्डर गर्ने हो, बिकज द्याट्स हाउ इट टेल्स लाइक म त स्मार्ट छु है भन्छ नि त ब्रेनले आफूलाई. छोडिदिने वास्तै नगर्ने, इग्नोर हानिदिने हो. एन्ड यु डु वाट यु वान्ट. यु लुक एट सम पोइन्ट इफ यु वान्ट टु फोकस इन द बिगिनिङ. सुरुमा चाहिँ एउटा पोइन्टमा हेरेर बस्यो, अनि माइन्डमा के कुरा भइरहेको हुन्छ, वास्तै नगर्ने क्या माइन्डलाई चाहिँ. माइन्डले आफ्नो काम गरिरहेको छ क्या. किनकि माइन्ड स्टप भयो भने त वे डेड नि त होइन. सो माइन्डलाई स्टप गर्न सक्दैन क्या. अब त्यसलाई चाहिँ वास्ता नगरिकन एउटा पोइन्टमा हेरिराख्ने हो. एन्ड देन यु स्पेसली अब आईको लागि चाहिँ अब भिजुअल्ली त्यो डिस्ट्र्याक्ट भएन होइन.
Oh, that's a plane. I thought that was the audio.
The plane is slacking now. The plane is podcast.
Everyone's slacking, bro. Stop slacking. I know.
So let the plane pass.
Yeah. I know. But so what you're saying is once you get into your rhythm, your groove, everything else is gone. Sabai जान्छ.
सधैँ हुँदैन, कहिलेकाहीँ गाह्रै हुन्छ, तर it becomes habitual once you keep doing same thing again and again. हामीले अब सिक्नु पर्दैन कि त्यो बडीले आफै सिक्छ क्या. त्यो दिमागमा राखिराख्नु पर्दैन, बडीले आफै क्याच गर्छ क्या. किनकि हाम्रो दिमाग भन्दा पनि बडीलाई बुझाउने कुरा हो क्या चाहिँ. अनि बडी इज अल्सो भेरी इन्टेलिजेन्ट के. हाम्रो मसल्स, हाम्रो त्यो तिनीहरूको पनि आफ्नो ब्रेन हुन्छ क्या. अब यो ब्रेन जस्तै तिनीहरूको अब कुन लेभलमा त्यो ब्रेन हुन्छ आफै, दे वर्क बाई देमसेल्फ के. अनि सो केही गरिराख्नु पर्दैन. यु किप डुइङ इट. बच्चाहरू हिँड्न खोज्दा हिँड्छ नि त आफै. गर्छ भनेर गरे आएन नि त. सो त्यही नै हो, त्यस्तै नै हो. Every sports.
You learning how to slackline is like a baby learning how to walk.
Yeah, exactly.
Attention signs.
Exactly.
But now nobody thinks about walking, right?
Yeah.
Right? So it's become like that for you.
I'm learning to walk actually.
That's crazy. I mean, you probably know how it feels like when you didn't know how to highline or slackline. Man say like when you go see them, and you're like, but for you it's like walking. That's crazy. Yeah, highline goes like, hey, you have like a harness, right?
Oh, it's 99.99% safe. Baki 0.01 चाहिँ you never know, anything can happen, right? चट्याङ पर्ला रे हैन, रुख ढल्ला रे.
How can you become aware of like the 0.1% chance and still have the guts to go forward and do it? Okay.
It's negligible नि त 0.1% भनेको त it's negligible हैन.
But in your mind you still know it's possible. Like if I knew that I had the possibility of dying while doing something and I but consciously thinking about the possibility
Okay,
of dying.
tell me, is it dangerous to walk on the stairs or not?
No.
Why not? If you fall from your head, you will die. I know.
True.
You have to walk carefully. I know. Motorcycle ride garra cha, is it dangerous or not? It's dangerous, yeah? It's dangerous all the time. त्यहाँ अगाडिबाट एउटा ट्रक आएर ड्याङ हानिदिन्छ नि त होइन. But you have to drive carefully. You have to watch carefully, होइन. Same. It's an extreme sport, but still, if you know कसरी चाहिँ safe हुने, if you take all the measures, then it's pretty safe. But consequence चाहिँ अब death हुन सक्छ. तर like even just like sitting this, you can have a back problem, के? You can get paralyzed. तिमी अब यहाँ हप्तै पछि महिनै पछि यसरी बसाइ गर तिम्रो ब्याकले कामै गर्दैन. Sitting is also very dangerous. So we have to move. That's why I do slackline.
So it's almost like you said, you go back to the point of like it's become like another habit for you, like walking, right? It's like walking has its danger. You can slip on a rock some random place and break your spine, and then that's it, right? But nobody thinks about while they're walking, right?
होइन मैले भन्न खोजेको चाहिँ अब डेन्जर सबै कुरामा छ. अब just because it looks dangerous does not mean like it's very dangerous. Just because something does not look dangerous, त्यसमा पनि fatality त हुन्छ नि त होइन. So त्यही हो, you just need to be very careful, like you said, aware हुनु पर्यो. अनि त like you can do whatever, plane नै उडाऊ होइन. मजाले सकिन्छ.
अब तपाईँले slacklining, highlining, climbing, दाइको पुरै लिस्ट छ या. slacklining, highlining, climbing, calisthenics अरू के छ दाइ?
अरूले भन्न मिल्दैन.
रिकर्डिङ अफ भएपछि भन्नु न. तर so these things that I just mentioned, is it something you do professionally or it's almost like a joy for you, like a
profession चाहिँ अब it's very new sport in Nepal. World को लागि it's very new sport. अब नेपालको लागि त कहाँ होइन. So it's we are introducing this sport to Nepal भनौँ होइन, because nobody has known what is slackline, highline. So we are introducing it to the Nepali community भनौँ. अनि so अब त्यस्तो professionally गर्नलाई त अब like when you start money it becomes profession, and the professionally चाहिँ छैन. I'm just doing it for my passion. I love it so much, and that's why I'm doing it. I'm doing climbing as a professionally.
Yeah.
अब slackline, highline चाहिँ hopefully I can do it.
What do you consider yourself? What do you consider it? Like when will you consider slacklining or highlining as a profession? When you start getting paid to do it?
Exactly.
Okay.
Somebody calls me, ल highline गर म पैसा दिन्छु. Okay, I will do it. होइन, that becomes a profession नि त. पैसा आएपछि it becomes professional.
So would you say that if I started getting paid from this podcast, it's
then we become a professional podcaster.
Oh. But I feel like there's more to that. It's like, I don't know, I feel like a profession is...
What is profession for you?
I feel like for me, a profession is when you really know what you're doing and you really master the art.
No?
I know? And you do it every single day. That's what you do for a living. That's what I think a profession is. Because anyone can get paid to do anything, right? But that doesn't mean that's your profession.
So, तिम्रो हिसाबमा चाहिँ पैसा कमाउनुलाई चाहिँ profession भन्दैन?
I feel like that's part of it, but that's not the whole. If I started getting paid tomorrow, I wouldn't consider it a profession. If I did it every day, if I devoted my life to it, I would consider that as a profession.
What exactly is profession?
I don't know. Oh,
profession होइन. अब मैले चाहिँ नेपालीमा अब यसलाई उल्था गरेँ भने चाहिँ पेसा भन्छ होइन. पेसा भनेको like when you start earning something from something and it becomes your pesa होइन. Pesa is, I think it's equal to profession and it's related to money, I think. है, I may be wrong, तर मेरो शब्दकोशमा चाहिँ त्यही नै छ.
Google गर्नु पर्ला
ठिकै छ, we will do that later. Yeah, let's keep it outside.
What is a profession?
So तिम्रो हिसाबमा चाहिँ when you do by all your heart, हैन, मजाले, that's your profession.
Yeah, like
okay, yeah, slacklining is my profession then. Yeah.
But then does your love for the sport change? Let's not use the word when you do it professionally, when you start getting paid, right? Like for example, first you did climbing because you loved it, and I'm assuming you didn't do it in the sense that, oh, I'm gonna start getting paid for this, you know. Your mindset ma go, I know. You went into this just for fun because you loved the sport, right? So how did your love for the sport change when you did start getting paid?
हैन, यस्तो हो, अब तिमी सधैँ अब भात खाइरा हुन्छ, सडनली यु रोटी खायो, ओ रोटी क्या मिठो, तर त्यो भन्दैमा भात नमिठो हैन नि त.
Okay.
You just like keep changing. कहिले रोटी खाए, कहिले भात खाए, कहिले तरकारी खाए, कहिले अब फलफुल खाए, like that.
But it doesn't mean one is better than the other, हैन?
अब like suppose एउटा आमा बाउको 2-3टा छोराछोरी हुन्छ हैन? Does that mean like एउटा छोरालाई कम माया, अर्को छोरीलाई धेरै माया, त्यसो हुँदैन नि त?
हुँदैन.
So it's like that.
दाइको बच्चा छ?
मेरो बच्चै सब बच्चै हो.
सबै बच्चै.
I mean अब people who I teach sometime, like climbing and all these, अब मेरो स्टुडेन्ट्सहरू who are मभन्दा सानो छ, I find them as my बच्चाहरू. त्यही हो. Not physical बच्चा चाहिँ छैन हैन?
I mean, you've talked about this multiple times, but you feel like what your purpose is to teach the youth all the things you've learned, right?
I would like to. त्यस्तो पर्पस नै चाहिँ हैन. It's nice because अब मैले सिकेको कुराहरू कसैलाई अब युजफुल हुन्छ भने why not sharing this knowledge to people who are interested भनेर हो. अब मैले जे पनि गरिरहेको छ, it's all because I wanted to do it, and also like there are so many people पछि थाहा पाएँ मैले तिनीहरूलाई पनि गर्न मन रहेछ, and for that like I can share my knowledge जुन चाहिँ मैले ग्यादर गरेछ हैन. So yeah, especially outdoor education चाहिँ I really would like to teach it for the youth, किनकि जता हेरे पनि I think it's a problem, किनकि people love nature तर they don't take care of the nature, and it comes in the outdoor education के माया गर्नु पर्यो नि त तिमीले भने जस्तै, not only for the sports, for everybody के you become love हैन. You go for hiking, अब especially अब खान्छ फाल्छ हैन, यस्तो कुराहरू.
You need to learn how to actually appreciate and value what you're doing and almost like be in the moment.
तर यस्तो पनि हो, मान्छेहरूले आफैलाई पनि माया गर्दैन जस्तो लाग्छ कि, बिकज म चाहिँ कसरी हेर्छु भन्दाखेरि how do they eat first हैन, जे पाइदै खाएर हुन्छ नि हैन, like junk food especially, and all the foods that you see it on a TV or ad which is packaged, it's all junk, it's not good for your health, kinaki these are all processed. The food you should eat is that's grown from the soil, हैन. That's the food you should eat.
I mean, that's true. And I feel like that's सबैजनालाई थाहा छ त्यो, but it's about having the discipline to stick to that.
Discipline हैन, when you become conscious, तिमीलाई के गर्नुपर्छ के गर्नु पर्दैन भन्ने कुरा क्लियरली थाहा छ भने चाहिँ, क्ल्यारिटी छ भने चाहिँ मान्छेले गर्दैन जस्तो लाग्छ के. अनि अब ह्याबिचुअल भइदिन्छ, अनि त्यो ह्याबिचुअल कम्पल्सनमा बदलिन्छ, अनि उसले चाहेर पनि रोक्न सकिरहेको हुँदैन. तर अब जब त्यो एउटा अवेयरनेस हुन्छ, जब एउटा चेतना हुन्छ हैन, कन्सियसनेस हुन्छ, त्यसपछि चाहिँ मान्छेले उसको बानी किन नहोस्, उसको कम्पल्सिभनेस किन नहोस्, उसले त्यो मजाले छोड्न सक्छ क्या.
If you truly appreciate गर्नु,
appreciate like okay, I appreciate your things, तर अब appreciate मात्र गरेर पुग्दैन नि त.
What do you need to do to make a healthy habit?
First, don't create a habit, any habit, हैन. Do things what's needed to be done. जे चाहिन्छ त्यो गर्यो भने त राम्रो हो नि त. अब हामीले ह्याबिट बनाएपछि there becomes a good habit and bad habit, हैन. अब त्यो ल्याउँदै नल्याउने के. You keep doing what you really want to do, especially, हैन. अनि if you are conscious enough about the things around you, especially अब हेल्थको कुरा गर्ने हो भने, फिटनेसको कुरा गर्ने हो भने, हैन, चाहिने चिज गर्नु पर्यो नि त. होइन if you want to build the muscles what do you have to do train the muscles
Eat the proper food.
yeah if you want to do slacklining you have to keep doing slacklining if you want to become a great podcaster you have to keep doing podcasting
So it's not about making a habit, it's about doing stuff you love. Then no matter, like if you love it to a certain degree, then you'll make sacrifices, होइन?
Yeah, sacrifice गर्नुपर्छ तर अब sacrifice भनेको पनि अब what is sacrifice for you?
Sacrifice is
गर्न मन लागि पनि एउटा चिज नगर्दिने होइन?
I don't think it's that. I feel like it's sacrifice is something that must be done to achieve a greater thing.
Sacrifice अब I am sacrificing my time to come this podcast. Is it a sacrifice?
Yeah, because you're doing something great.
I'm doing it because I want to do it with you. मलाई त अब कुरा गर्न मन लागेर गरे अन्त तर but there is no sacrifice. तर के चिज अब गर्नु पर्दै पनि मैले गरिनँ भने चाहिँ sacrifice भयो नि त होइन?
Like you're doing it out of your own will.
Yeah, अब तिमीले पनि त यो अब मन लागेर गरेर हो नि त होइन? होइन लाइक अब I think त्यस्तो sacrifice के पनि छैन. छैन.
There's no such thing as sacrifice.
ए होइन मेरो लागि चाहिँ त्यस्तो के पनि छैन.
And there's no sacrifice for you.
छैन. I have not sacrificed anything.
What do त्यस्तो mindset चाहिँ नि कहाँबाट आउँछ दाइको यार like how did that mindset come about that like because people I feel like are so conscious of what they have and what they love. They're like, oh, sacrificing so much to do this. I know, but how do you learn to actually appreciate and love what you do and not consider stuff a sacrifice?
That I don't know. I think it's inbuilt. तर अब you can practice it होइन अब सबै चिज इनबिल्ट पनि हुँदैन हामी सबै चिज आमाको कोखबाट सिकेर पनि आउँदैन some things are in gene some things are you learn it by yourself अनि yeah I mean just keep pushing yourself तिम्रो लिमिट भन्दा पनि पुश गर्नु पर्यो केही चिज तिमीलाई आउँदैन भने तिमीले त्यो चिजलाई गर्नु पर्यो नि त ट्राई गर्नु पर्यो नि त तिमीलाई होइन मलाई आउँदैन भने छोडिदियो भने त कहिले पनि आउँदैन नि त ए मलाई आउँदैन रहेछ कसरी गर्ने यार हेरौँ न होइन ट्राई गरौँ न ए यस्तो पो हुँदो रहेछ एन्ड देन यु लर्न फ्रम यर ओन मिस्टेक्स होइन ए तिमी पनि गर त ए यस्तो गर्नु हुँदैन रहेछ होइन अरूको मिस्टेकबाट पनि सिक्छ अनि सेम थिङ अब त्यो एउटा अब फर इक्जाम्पल मात्र भयो अब कुनै पनि कुरा गर्न मन छ भने यु डु इट आउँछ न आउँदैन अनि यु क्यान लर्न बाई यर सेल्फ एन्ड देयर आर इन्टरनेटको जमानामा यु क्यान रिड लट अफ आर्टिकल्स भिडियोज यु क्यान वाच होइन अनि यु क्यान लर्न बाई लाइक द्याट अल्सो अब ह्याबिटको कुरा अब तिमीले भनेको कुराहरू पनि it's a similar thing.
Yeah, I mean, going back to what you said and now about the mistakes, I feel like mistakes are the true way you learn, you know? And I feel like sometimes we don't appreciate or value or realize the importance of making mistakes, you know? Like they would tell, like if you're succeeding all the time, you're never gonna actually reach your true potential. That's it, actually.
And everybody wants to do perfect thing by perfectly, a perfect time. The right time is now. Sometimes patience is also just a waste of time. But you also need patience. तर अब कुन तरिकाले लिन्छ त्यो पनि हुन्छ अब तिमी दिनदिनै जिम गयो के अरे अब रिजल्ट देखेन भन्ने त हैन नि त त्यसमा पेशेन्स चाहियो हैन तिम्रो अब केही चाहिँ स्ट्रेन्थको लागि टाइम हुन्छ त्यो अनुसार त्यसको लागि पेशेन्स चाहियो तर अब पेशेन्स भन्यो भन्दामा मैले हिजो जिम गरेको थिएँ एक वर्ष अगाडि जिम गरेको थिएँ अहिलेसम्म के पनि भएन कुरै भयो अब त्यस्तो पनि हुन्छ It depends.
I mean, like going ahead with your story, you know, like before you were like just simple guy doing his thing, climbing. And then now you've joined the roadie. You did the roadies thing. You become a judge, and now you're a public figure, you know. I mean, that's a pretty massive change, in my opinion. So how did that change? Like, talk us through that. Like, what was that?
Media, it's because all of TV media and about this thing. I've been climbing since 2010, and 2011. Nobody knew about it before Roadies. जब Roadies मा गए, and then people started watching Roadies, and through Roadies they got to know मैले क्लाइम्ब पनि गर्दो रहेछ भनेर थाहा पाएँ हैन. अनि अब चेन्जेसहरु आयो. सुरुमा त अब लाइक इट वाज हार्ड फर मी, किनकि लाइक म त्यसरी आउट गोइङ मान्छे, त्यसरी अब पब्लिक त्यसरी बोल्न रुचाउने मान्छे थिएन. तर फर्स्टको 1 इयर अति गाह्रो भयो मलाई हैन. लाइक मान्छेहरु आउने, बोल्न आउने, फोटो खिच्न आउने, इट इज टु मच फर मी. तर अब पछि चाहिँ युज टु हुँदै गयो. लाइक दिस इज हाउ इट इज नाउ. आई मिन you won the show, now you are the winner. You can't deny it, हैन त. अब के गर्ने त अब. अनि after 1 year, slowly, it became normal for me also. I accepted. म त सुरुमा एक्सेप्टै गरेको थिएन क्या. यो मैले 1 महिना गरेको चिजले पनि मलाई के हैन, लाइक वर्षदेखि गरेको चिज के पनि भएको छैन, त्यस्तो भएको थियो क्या. There was a conflict inside me, but now I'm pretty cool about it. Changes त्यस्तो डिफ्रेन्स चाहिँ पपुलारिटीमा मात्रै हो. अदरवाइज मेरो लाइफस्टाइल, मेरो उसमा त्यस्तो खासै चेन्ज चाहिँ आएको छैन. हो अब पिपुल नो मी विदाउट इभन मिटिङ मी. तर मैले आफूले गरिराख्ने चिज चाहिँ म स्टिल गरिरहेको छु.
तर अब लाइक हाउ डज द्याट वर्क? बिकज सम पिपल त्यो फेम आउँदाखेरि दे चेन्ज होइन, त्यो चेन्ज हुन्छ. हाउ डिड यु स्टे ट्रु टु अब हाउ आर यु लाइक मैले भनेको बुझ्दैन नि, लाइक हाउ डु यु स्टे ट्रु टु or like continue your lifestyle? Because what you said is the only thing that changed was that people knew about me, right? Nothing else in your life changed. You didn't act different, you didn't start doing different things, right?
Just a drastic change चाहिँ थिएन अब at that time, yeah.
So how do you do that? Because some people, they get famous and they're completely different person, हैन?
हैन, अब त्यो मात्तिनु भएन भन्छ नि त. त्यही हो. म अलिअलि मात्तिएँ होला, अलिअलि अब रियलाइज पनि गरेँ होला हैन. तर यु निड टु नो वाट्स योर रुट हैन. अब रुट कता छ त्यो पनि थाहा हुनु पर्यो. अब तिमी अब रुख भयो आकाशमा छ भन्दा तर त रुटलाई पनि त हेर्नु पर्यो नि त. अब हाँगा माथि आकाशमा दौडिरहेछ तर इट्स अल बिकज अफ द रुट नि त. At that time, I was working in the pump. I was working in Ashtrek. I was teaching climbing to the school kids. After winning the show, मैले त्यो सबै कुरा कन्टिन्यू गरेँ हैन. And तर just people come to me and talk to me because they watch Roadies हैन. I was doing same thing, continue नै आएर पनि सो चाहिँ त्यही 1 महिनाको सो थियो सुटको लागि टिभीमा चाहिँ. अनि अब 5-6 महिना देखाइराख्छ हैन. अनि इट बिकम्स लाइक लेन्दी हुन्छ, हप्ताको एकचोटि आउँछ हैन. तर सुट चाहिँ 1 महिनामा सकिन्थ्यो. अब चेन्ज भयो किनकि अब भन्छ नि भाउ बढ्यो. People know, like everybody wants to talk to you, everybody wants to do things with you because you become famous, because people like you. त्यो कुरामा चाहिँ चेन्ज भयो. तर अब म भित्रै चाहिँ अब त्यही हो. अब अलिकति इन्ट्रोभर्ट थिएँ, अब बिस्तारै बिस्तारै एक्सट्रोभर्ट हुन जाने. I think I'm still an extrovert, but I become extrovert to the introverts. But I feel myself as an introvert. It also like अलिकति ग्राफ अलिकति कुन चाहिँ खालकोमा पर्छ हैन.
Like right in the middle जस्तै लाग्छ.
अब नेपालको मार्केट सानो छ. फेम ल्यायो भन्दैमा यु डोन्ट बिकम लाइक रिच रातारात हैन. त्यस्तो केही पनि हैन. बट आई गट अपर्च्युनिटिज भनौँ हैन. म क्लाइम्बिङ गरिरहेको थिएँ, सो पिपल स्टार्टेड टु कम क्लाइम्ब विथ मी. म जिममा क्यालिस्थेनिक्स सिकाइरहेको थिएँ. नाउ पिपल वान्ट्स टु ट्रेन विथ मी मोर. त्यो चाहिँ भयो अनि कता कता अल्छी पनि भयो जस्तो लाग्छ आफ्टर द्याट किनकि जे चिज म पुस गरेर थिएँ त्यो चाहिँ इजिली पाउनु थाल्यो नि त अनि कता कता अलिकति लग्जरीतिर ढल्किन थाल्यो कि जस्तो पनि भएको थियो त्यो टाइममा चाहिँ कुनै टाइममा अनि बट आई इमिडिएटली गट ब्याक होइन लाइक दिस इज नट द लाइफस्टाइल आई वान्ट or I can afford or it's good for anybody because that's not sustainable नि त so like right now हेर like I'm like this even chain पनि खुल्लै रहेछ है
Sensor.
So now I'm like this त्यस्तो के पनि
Turn the
छैन
camera off.
there is no high funda or anything I'm just as it is people can easily approach me होइन I talk to them if I have time so
you just
Yeah.
stay true to your roots, right?
yeah
And I feel like going back to your analogy of the tree, right? Like no matter how tall the tree gets, the roots are what makes it possible for you to reach the sky, right?
yeah
But as the tree grows, it becomes heavier, and therefore the roots have to become stronger to support that the tree. So when you became famous, you probably had to like reinforce and tell yourself who you actually were. And then this okay, Bogo,
खै आई फरगटन सो मेनी थिङ्स किनकि अब कति कुराहरूले हर्ट गर्छ मलाई होइन तर अब त्यो चाहिँ म याद राख्दिनँ क्या म बिर्सिदिन्छु कि जानी जानी एन्ड नाउ लाइक यु डोन्ट इभन रियली रिमेम्बर क्या
Do you think it's good to forget like the painful experiences?
वान थिङ इज अब त्यस्तो इम्पोर्टेन्स पनि छैन लाइक आई रिमेम्बर केही कुराले अब हर्ट गरिरहेछ केही कुराले नराम्रो गरिरहेछ भने त्यो बिर्स्यो भने त फेरि अब यु गन डु द सेम मिस्टेक अगेन नि त सो यु हेभ टु रिमेम्बर दोज थिङ्स तर समटाइम्स इट्स ओन्ली साइकोलोजिकल क्या होइन ओ यसले गर्दा मलाई यस्तो गर्यो भन्ने हुन्छ इट्स यु आर क्रिएटिङ योर ओन प्रब्लम नि त त्यस्तो कुराहरू चाहिँ अब खासै धेरै राखिराख्दिनँ म मोस्ट अफ द पेन इज मोस्ट अफ द प्रब्लम इज अल साइकोलोजिकल जस्तो लाग्छ मलाई चाहिँ बाहिरबाट आउने भन्दा नि इट्स योर ओन ब्रेन क्रिएट्स प्रब्लम के
So you learn how to ignore your brain and actually figure out what the actual pain is, right?
अब हेर्ने के छ कस्तो छ वाट इज द ट्रुथ मेन इट म्याटर्स नि त के भइरहेछ जस्ताको तस्तै हेर्ने क्या नट इन्फ्लुएन्स्ड बाई एनिथिङ एन्ड दिस गिभ्स अ लट अफ क्ल्यारिटी अनि यु क्यान मुभ अहेड विथ द्याट
What is one of the most painful things you've gone through psychologically?
Yes. Good question. I don't know.
Have you gone through a lot? What do you say?
I don't think I have gone a lot, but sometimes it becomes a lot for you.
Yeah.
That yeah, like I said, प्लेन उड्यो फेरि होइन एकछिन पज गरौँ न त
यार
डिस्टर्ब हुन्छ तिमीले मजाले सुन्छ यसमा
सुनिरहेछ
है
ए ठिकै छ कुरा गरे भने
त्यस्तो त खासै छैन अब आई डोन्ट टेक इट एज बिग 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 होइन एट सम इन्स्टेन्स ठुलो जस्तो लाग्छ त्यही कुरा होइन आफ्नो प्रब्लम भन्दा ठुलो केही छैन संसारमा जस्तो त हुन्छ नि अभियसली होइन तर त्यस्तो केही पनि छैन अब त्यही हो you become popular and but people want to work with you but you are not getting paid as much as you deserve जस्तो feel हुन्छ कहिले काहीँ तर it's all up to your experience पनि हो हैन it's all up to how you negotiate पनि हो it's all depends on your capacity.
Do you think talking about payment and you were saying that you felt like you weren't getting paid as much as you work, but then you were also saying that you did climbing because you loved it, right? So do you think money became a sort of conflict internally?
But once you grow old, you have bills to pay, and त्यो भएपछि चाहिँ like you look for like how to earn money भन्ने रहेछ हैन अनि अब त्यो चाहिँ अब यस्तै छ अब like you have to buy everything. People used to grow in old times. Now people don't grow anything except money होइन त्यसले गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ अब अलिकति प्रब्लम चाहिँ हुने रहेछ.
What kind of problems have you experienced with the source being money?
अब like things that you want to do you can't do होइन because it's too expensive.
Yeah.
Like that. Let's say I want to climb Mount Everest, but I cannot afford it because it's too expensive.
You could probably climb Everest, right?
Yeah, I can climb. 50 वर्षको मान्छेहरू क्लाइम्ब गरिरहेछ भने like why can't I?
You should start fundraiser, right?
होइन
start भयो.
त्यस्तो पनि होइन मलाई चढ्नै पर्छ भन्ने पनि होइन.
What's like for some people, like for like a mountain climber, for example, their goal will be to climb Everest, and that's their top of the bucket list, you know. What's on top of your bucket list? But they're like,
I want to do skydiving.
You want to do skydiving?
Skydiving as a professionally, you know, and
professionally.
Yeah, and like once you do
Tom Cruise, say
more than that.
More than that.
So it always has been my wildest dream. To learn skydiving by myself and get on a wingsuit. You know wingsuit?
No.
Wingsuit say you get a suit. Timle about around 200 skydive गरिसकेपछि you are eligible to learn how to do wingsuit के.
What's a wingsuit?
So लुगा हुन्छ अब के भन्छ जम्पसुट जस्तो हुन्छ सुत्ने बेला लाउने एउटा हुन्छ नि त्यो ख्वाप्प लाउने के भन्छ त्यसलाई पजामा तर त्यो खुट्टादेखि माथिसम्म एउटै के अनि यहाँबाट यस्तरी निस्किया हुन्छ कि विङ त्यो डक्सहरूको यहाँबाट निस्किन्छ नि त्यस्तै तर यहाँदेखि यहाँसम्म हुन्छ क्या अनि इट हेल्प्स यु टु ग्लाइड फरवर्ड के अनि द्याट टेक्स अ लट अफ टाइम होइन
प्यारासुट खोल्छ त्यसपछि
तर लाइक
इभेन्चुअली प्यारासुट
मोर देन 5-6 मिनट्ससम्म यु क्यान ग्लाइड विदाउट ओपनिङ द प्यारासुट के सो द्याट्स माई वाइल्डेस्ट ड्रिम अब यो लाइफ टाइममा पोसिबल होला नहोला थाहा छैन बट या द्याट्स माई वाइल्डेस्ट ड्रिम अहिलेसम्म एन्ड अल्सो लाइक इट कस्ट अ लट अफ मनी अनि
नेपालमा गर्नु त मिल्दैन
आई थिङ्क इफ मनी इज नो प्रब्लम आई वुड गो फर इट
I mean, I think I would love for you to go for it. That would be awesome. I mean, when I become the certified skydiver, मलाई पनि लग्नु न
Sure, म तिमीलाई ट्यान्डम डाइभ गराइदिन्छु नेपालमै होइन
नेपालमै all the way from the top of Everest to Kathmandu.
त्यही त नेपालमा पनि खोल्न त खोलेको छ एभरेस्ट स्काई डाइभ भनेर होइन 10,000 कति माथिबाट झारेर गराइरहेको छ तर लाइक त्यो स्काई डाइभ मात्रै होइन के लाइक विङ सुट के सुइँ जाने लाइक अ फ्लाइङ स्क्विरल देखाएको छ लाइक द्याट के त्यो कन्सेप्ट चाहिँ त्यहाँबाट आएको हो क्या फ्लाइङ स्क्विरललाई हेरेर ए यसरी ग्लाइड गर्नु मिल्दो रहेछ त भनेर अनि मान्छेहरूले सुट बनायो अनि त अलिकति खस्छ अनि सुइँ अगाडि जान्छ क्या यसरी
इट्स द सेम सुट द जम्प सुट डिफरेन्ट हो
अब विङ्स यसरी विङ्स जस्तै यस्तो हात खोल्दाखेरि फ्ल्याप भयो नि त सर्फेस बढ्यो अनि हावाले मजाले ढकालेपछि तल खस्छ भन्दा नि अगाडि जान्छ क्या नि
but then you were saying you wanted to do the gliding thing as well. Is it the same suit? Same हो है
त्यसको लागि चाहिँ यो प्री रिक्वायरमेन्ट चाहिँ मिनिमम पनि 100 स्काई डाइभ्स 150 स्काई डाइभ्स छ के
अनि त्यो चाहिँ नेपालमा गर्नु मिल्दैन स्काई डाइभ
त्यो नेपालमा भर्खर त स्ल्याकलाइनिङ त भर्खर सुरु भएको छ
स्ल्याकलाइनिङबाट स्काई डाइभ हान्दिने
अब होपफुली वान डे भयो भने
I mean, you sound like you're a man with a lot of dreams, I know.
But dreams are needed.
But one of the things that I assume that you've dreamt about as a climber and that you have achieved is going to the climbing World Cup, I know. You went to that. What was that like? Because of that, on the global stage
I know,
climbing.
But as a competition climber, what is your end game? What is your ultimate goal? अहिले त ओलम्पिक हो अब ओलम्पिकमा जानु थियो मलाई तर अब नाउ इट्स नट पोसिबल बिकज आई एम नट कम्पिटिङ एनी मोर होइन तर वेन आई वेन्ट फर द वर्ल्ड कप इट वाज काइन्ड अफ लाइक अ क्वाइट ड्रिम कम ट्रु इभन टु पार्टिसिपेट पनि के भन्ने त्यस्तो ठुलो चाहिँ के पनि थिएन बट ल नेपाल रिप्रेजेन्ट गरेर क्लाइम्बिङ वर्ल्ड कप या इट्स अगेन लास्ट साइकोलोजिकल क्या अब के किन गरे जस्तो होइन
What's the difference between the Olympics and the World Cup?
वर्ल्ड कप चाहिँ अब सानो सानो तरिकाले पनि भइरहेको हुन्छ अब ओलम्पिक त अब इट ह्यापन्स 4 years a time. अब यो क्लाइम्बिङ वर्ल्ड कप त एभ्री इयर 5-7वटा भइरहेको हुन्छ कि अब कहिले इन्डियामा कहिले लाइक युरोपमा कहिले युएसमा कहिले अमेरिकामा
Which one did you go to? कहाँ भइरहेको थियो तपाईँको?
Where else could I go? India. नजिक पनि थियो प्लस लाइक धेरै पैसा पनि खर्च नहुने.
But what was that like? Because I do remember you talking on some other shows or stuff that it was so weird for you because Nepalमा त you were the best of the best होइन त्यहाँ
त्यस्तो पनि होइन. अब नेपालमा हामी जुन तरिकाले ट्रेनिङ गरेर थियो र बाहिरको त्यो सिनारियो थियो इट वाज लाइक के भन्ने अब हुन्छ नि अब इट्स डिफ्रेन्ट के अब के हो कि सडनली लाइक ओके म त बच्चै छु अझै पनि होइन लाइक म त अब नेपाल रिप्रेजेन्ट गरेर लाइक कम्पिटिसन खेल्न आएको त ल आई डोन्ट नो एनिथिङ फिल भयो कि त्यो चाहिँ त्यहाँ गएर चाहिँ सिनारियो त्यस्तो थियो. सुरुमा चाहिँ लाइक मलाई लाग्यो कि ओके म त खत्रै चढ्न रहेछ होइन वर्ल्ड कपमा गएँ त्यहाँ यस्तो ल मलाई चाहिँ केही नै आउँदैन रहेछ यार.
Walk us through होइन. I'm a bit confused because there are so many different ways of climbing होइन. The World Cupमा it's all bouldering होइन.
Bouldering World Cup, yeah.
And it's artificial rock or real rock?
अनि रक होइन अब प्लाइजहरू भोल्युम्सहरू हुन्छ इट मेड्स अफ आइदर वुड अर प्लास्टिक अर फाइबर्स जसरी बनाउनु मिल्यो नि त इन्डोर अल इन्डोर जस्ट लाइक इन द क्लाइम्बिङ वाल हियर होइन. हेभ यु बिन एनी क्लाइम्बिङ वाल इन काठमाडौँ? एस्ट्रेक छ केएससिसी छ होइन.
अर्को स्पोर्ट्स सेन्टर पनि एउटा खोलेछ
काठमाडौँ स्पोर्ट्स काठमाडौँ क्लाइम्बिङ स्पोर्ट्स सेन्टर. सो त्यस्तै नै तरिकाले अनि दे मेड इट लिटल डिफिकल्ट अनि यु हेभ टु क्लाइम्ब विदिन लाइक 4 minutes टाइम स्प्यानमा अनि लाइक देयर विल बी लाइक 6 different रुट्स अनि ट्याक यु गेट 5 minutes रेस्ट 4 minutes climbing 5 minutes rest 4 minutes climbing 5 minutes rest अनि लिमिटेड टाइममा के हेरे हेरे भयो त्यही सक्यो.
त्यहाँ हातै दुख्छ यार लाइक जस्ट थिङ्किङ अबाउट इट यार.
जान्छ मजाले.
स्किन पनि हैन यार इट्स लाइक व्हेन यु आर होल्डिङ अन त्यो अनकम्फर्टेबल ग्रिपमा cuz आई फेल्ट त्यो नङै जान्छ त्यो आउन नि जान्छ जस्तो लाग्दैन.
त्यही अब ट्रेनिङहरू भयो भने चाहिँ अब हाम्रो औँलामा खासै मासु हुँदैन क्या. यहाँ चाहिँ टेन्डन्सहरू हुन्छ. अब टेन्डन्स ट्रेनिङ गर्नलाई चाहिँ अब वर्षौँ लाग्छ क्या. अनि मासु त अब यु क्यान यु नो लाइक आज गऱ्यो भने भोलि स्वर हुन्छ पर्सिपल्ट ठिक भएर फेरि यु क्यान डु मोर. तर टेन्डन्स नट लाइक द्याट के.
व्हाट आर टेन्डन्स लाइक?
टेन्डन्स भनेको चाहिँ अब हड्डी र मासुलाई कनेक्ट गर्ने. अब यो गर्ने भनेको मासु कन्ट्र्याक्ट भएर टेन्डनले तान्छ अनि टेन्डनले हड्डी तान्छ होइन. अनि दिज आर द टेन्डन्स के.
नो बट हाउ डु यु ट्रेन इट?
ट्रेन किप डुइङ थिङ्स. अब लाइक यो गर्दा मासु हुन्छ भने तर अब टेन्डन्सलाई चाहिँ टाइम लाग्छ क्या.
टेन्डन्स इज लाइक the next level of training a muscle, let's say.
Like फिङ्गरमा हाम्रो अल ओभर द बडी टेन्डन हुन्छ तर स्पेसली अब हातले ग्रिप गर्नुपर्ने हुन्छ नि त. अब कहिले काहीँ यस्तो बाङ्गो भएर यस्तो भइरहेको हुन्छ होइन.
त्यस्तो पनि समान्छ रकहरू.
कहाँ कहाँ छिराउनुपर्छ एउटा औँलाले चढ्नु परिरहेको हुन्छ होइन.
एउटा औँला घिसारेर पुरै
बडी वेट सबै त्यसमा राख्नुपर्ने हुन्छ. सो द्याट्स वाइ आई से लाइक रक क्लाइम्बिङ इज द अल्टिमेट क्यालिस्थेनिक्स के.
औँला दुखेर यार ओ माई गड.
तिमीलाई क्लाइम्बिङ मात्रै गऱ्यो भने यु बिकम फिट यु डोन्ट निड टु डु एनिथिङ. तर अब यु निड टु डु सपोर्टिङ वर्कआउट टु एबल टु बिकम स्ट्रङ्गर.
So correct me if I'm wrong, but that's probably why you got into calisthenics one day, because through climbing you were like, how do I take my game to the next level?
मैले
calisthenics
पम्प जोइन गरेको कारण पनि त्यही थियो बिकज आई वान्टेड टु इम्प्रुभ माई क्लाइम्बिङ. अनि आई वाज लुकिङ फर सम ट्रेनिङ किनकि अब त्यतिखेर नेपालमा पनि भर्खरै भइरहेको थियो. सो आई जोइन पम्प लर्न क्यालिस्थेनिक्स फ्रम टोनी होइन. अनि आई बिकम लाइक फास्ट. I learned it fast, started teaching it. अनि लाइक तिम्रो कम्पिटिसनमा पनि हेल्प भयो. फिटनेसमा त हेल्प डेफिनेटली नै भयो.
नेटवर्किङ पनि भयो.
नेटवर्किङ त इट्स पार्ट अफ इट. या
अब लाइक आई रिमेम्बर you talking, I think it was on the Roadies, I don't know if you were a judge or a competition at the time, but you talked about your grandfather passing away, right? And at that time you had to go abroad and you had a plan to training, like get some really good training,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, that didn't happen थाहा छ actually.
भएन.
I won a competition. So म सुरुदेखि भन्छु. भोलि कम्पिटिसन छ.
Yeah.
हजुरबुवा आज बित्नु भयो हैन. अब त्यो कम्पिटिसन जित्यो भने चाहिँ स्कलरसिप थियो, लाइक टु ट्रेन इट इन कोरियामा. अनि हजुरबा बित्नु भयो, बुवाले नजा भन्नुभयो. अब रिचुअल्स त पुरा गर्नु पऱ्यो नि त. अनि बिहान 4 बजीसम्म लगाएर रिचुअल्स पुरा भयो. अनि नेक्स्ट डे इट केम. अनि अब बाँकीहरू सबैजना गइसक्यो होइन. अनि त्यो दिन चाहिँ अब ट्राभलिङ मात्र थियो धन्न. अनि म चाहिँ नेक्स्ट डेको राति गएँ क्या त्यहाँ. अनि राति 10-11 बजे पुगेँ. somehow I convinced my parents like it's really important for me because it's an opportunity that will never come later भनेर गएँ. And then I won the competition. तर yeah, they were supposed to send me in Korea for the training, but it didn't happen.
किन स्क्याम खाएको?
Politics.
Politics.
It's a small association. अनि अब त्यसमा पनि अब मान्छे चेन्ज भइराख्ने. अनि त्यसपछि it didn't happen. So
I was like, how do you feel? It's like
there's nothing to feel. Nepalma, like you cannot be sure of anything.
But how did you like? अब त्यो compete पनि गर्दाखेरि your grandfather just like, what was your relationship like with your grandfather?
It was okay.
Nothing special.
I was happy he passed away because he was suffering a lot. He was quite an age. हैन गाह्रो भइरहेको थियो.
How old was he?
80 plus. 80 plus भइसकेको थियो. किनकि फिजिकल सफरिङ धेरै भइरहेको थियो, मेन्टल सफर धेरै भइरहेको थियो. So त्यस्तो गाह्रो भएन.
Like how long was he suffering for, guys?
He had some little bit of initiation of Alzheimer, हैन कुराहरु बिर्सिने. अनि he also had a bad history with their kids, with his kids. अनि so हुन्छ नि यस्तै कुराहरु. अब that's why like म भन्छु के त्यो अब like पैसा ग्रीड गरेर बस्यो भने like मर्ने बेलासम्म सुख पाउँदैन. I mean he had something kind of like that. मान्छेले जहिले पनि अब मैले के पाउँछ भनेर हेर्यो भने चाहिँ अब I think it becomes like that.
When you chase the wrong things, you'll never get what you want.
Yeah, I mean he lived his life. I mean he was from अब 80 years ago हैन. अहिले त अब it's been 100 years मै भइसक्यो होला हैन. अहिलेसम्म बाँचिराख्नु भएको भए.
But it's like, how do you like go to such an important competition while in the back of your mind, you know, affect
भएन. Like I was
in the zone.
I was ready for the competition and I was pretty much in shape for climbing. अब मेरो एम नै त्यही थियो त्यतिखेर हैन. क्लाइम्बिङ सुत्दा क्लाइम्बिङ उड्दा क्लाइम्बिङ हैन हग्दा क्लाइम्बिङ खाँदा क्लाइम्बिङ त्यही नै थियो. There was nothing else than climbing. I was living only for climbing at that time. Nothing else mattered except climbing.
Do you think that's a good way of living, where you're only living for one thing?
Yeah, that's a beautiful way of living.
Because I feel like then that way you know what you want. It's very clear what you want.
Yeah.
And it's like nothing's complicated. But like, I feel like if you have too many things going on, you don't know what, you can't do anything right. Okay? Like I was having a conversation at Karma with someone the other day about how humans are actually incapable of multitasking. They're going to like
सक्छ गर्न नसक्ने हैन. But if you want to achieve something faster, you have to be dedicated 100%, 100% fully focused on one thing.
Exactly. I feel like to do not even faster, but to do it properly and to do it right and do it to the best you possibly can, you can't be focused on other stuff. You have to go after what you actually want, right? I mean, how did your parents feel that like you were prioritizing all your time in a sport that wasn't even that well known? Okay?
Yeah.
I was like, let's talk about a typical Asian parent. They want to go to college and study something like computer science or doctor, you know.
I studied computer science.
There you go. I mean, how did your parents feel that you spent or they spent all this money sending you abroad to computer science, and then now you're just here climbing random rocks and then doing a backflip?
सुरुमा त आई गट प्रेसर लाइक ल ल ल तैँले अब रहर पुरा गरिस् ल नाउ फाइन्ड अ जब एन्ड लाइक डु समथिङ एन्ड अर्न समथिङ होइन अनि लाइक बट स्टिल लाइक मैले खासै इम्पोर्टेन्स दिएन तर प्रेसर चाहिँ आइरहेको थियो बट स्लोली आई स्टार्टेड विनिङ कम्पिटिसन्स लाइक अन पोडियम कहिले सेकेन्ड कहिले थर्ड कहिले फर्स्ट एक्चुली भयो फर्स्ट चाहिँ तर सिइङ द्याट दे बिकम ह्याप्पी ए अनि गोइङ टु द वर्ल्ड कप वाज अनदर थिङ अनि ओके ल अब त स्पोन्सर्ड भएर बाहिर खेल्न पनि भयो अब राष्ट्रिय खेलाडी भयो नि त अनि त्यो देखेर चाहिँ पत्याउनु थाल्नु भयो ओके ल क्लाइम्बिङ गर बाबु भयो त्यसपछि त्यो एउटा प्रुभ भयो नि त त्यतिखेर
यु प्रुभड योर केपेबिलिटी एन्ड दे वर लाइक ओके वी गेट इट
त्यसपछि चाहिँ के पनि भन्नु थाल्नु भएन अनि लेटर अन आई फेल्ट देयर इज अ ग्याप अफ लाइक अ कोचिङ किनकि आई डिन्ट गेट कोच बाई एनी वान डाङडुङ आफ्नो तालकामा भयो गऱ्यो अनि देन आई थट्स लाइक ओके मैले सिकेको कुराहरू चाहिँ स्टेप वाइज कसैले सिक्यो भने चाहिँ एकदम राम्रो हुन्छ सानै उमेरदेखि भनेर एन्ड देन आई स्टार्टेड टिचिङ school kids.
I mean, in Nepal, obviously, you're probably very well known for your climbing ability, and you're known as, like you set the bar, you're the standard, ola, you know? I mean, I'm not big in the climbing community. I climb once in a while. But, and then you, I mean, I did do my research, and I do remember that you said that if you train kids the right way, the way you weren't trained, they'll become better than you in such a faster amount of time, right?
I started climbing at 24.
Wow.
Proper climbing.
How old are you now?
Guess.
If you don't mind.
Guess.
This is a losing game. You're the hard sir, yeah. And this always lose. So you're 24.
I mean, I started climbing at 2010. But I started competing as a competition climber 2014 ma matrai.
So 24, you started
I'm 32 now.
Oh.
I'm on a year 33. I'm 32 years old.
Okay.
Or I'm 32 years young.
Yeah, very young. I mean, that's...
अब मैले कम्पिटिसन क्लाइम्बिङ गर्न थालेको 24 हुँदादेखि होइन अनि द्याट वाज अलरेडी लेट होइन अनि अब इफ 14 वर्षको कुनै बच्चाले त्यो एजदेखि क्लाइम्ब गर्यो भने बाई द एज अफ 24 इट्स ही अलरेडी हेभ 10 years अफ एक्सपिरियन्स नि त एन्ड द्याट्स द थिङ अनि आई लाइक ओके मैले बेटर गर्न सक्दैन तर किड्स क्यान डु अ लट बेटर भन्ने चाहिँ फिलिङ
Do you feel like you can almost like, because I think one of your goals is to make sure climbing and slacklining and all these other very minute sports you get the attention they deserve, I know? And teaching it to the young is one of the most powerful ways to do that.
Yeah. It also involves a lot of aspect in health ma pani, I know? When you are involved in sports, टिम बिल्डिङको कुरा सिक्छ होइन पेसेन्सको कुरा त सिक्ने भइहाल्यो अब आफूले आफूलाई फिट राख्नुपर्छ भन्ने कुरा डिसिप्लिनको कुरा सब त्यसमा आउँछ क्या स्पोर्ट्स क्यान टिच यु सो मेनी थिङ्स द्याट स्कुल क्यानट टिच यु के अनि आई फिल इट आई हेभ डन इट होइन अब त्यही भएर पनि आई एम सो मच इन लभ विथ स्पोर्ट्स
You're so much in love and you just want to share that love with the other people.
I have seen अब यसको पोटेन्सियल यसको क्यापेसिटी इट्स ह्युज के मान्छेको डेली लाइफमा इट इम्प्याक्ट्स अ लट आजकल अब मान्छेहरू बोर हुन्छ चाँडै बट इफ यु हेभ समथिङ टु डु यु नेभर बिकम बोर नि त होइन यु हेभ एभ्रिथिङ अन द फोन स्क्रिन उसले सबै चिज देखिसक्यो सबै चिज गरिसक्यो भर्चुअल्ली तर फिजिकल्ली पनि त गर्नु पऱ्यो नि त आफै पनि
actually experience life. I can always Google like Africa safari. I know. But that's not the same as going to an African safari, right?
Tita.
You want to bring the experiences they experience on the phone to real life, and then you want.
अनि अब स्पोर्ट्स खेल्दाखेरि चाहिँ डोपामिन क्रिएट हुन्छ नि त आई मिन स्क्रिन सोसियल मिडिया हेर्दाखेरि पनि डोपामिन क्रिएट हुन्छ बट इट्स अ चिप डोपामिन त क्विक जान्छ होइन मान्छेलाई मनपर्छ
It's like a quick drug. It's not the real thing, you know?
त्यही त
Like simple sugars versus complex sugars. And it's like you're getting the cheap, crappy stuff where you want to bring them the real.
Addictive भइरहेछ नि त मान्छेहरू अनि सेम वे अब स्पोर्ट्समा पनि मान्छेहरू हुनसक्छ क्या त्यो चाहिँ अब सस्टेन हुन्छ क्या त्यो चाहिँ
But then again, it's like another very complicated question. But when does something become an addiction, right? Because you could be addicted to sports, but is that a healthy addiction?
Addiction is another word for compulsion,
know. But like, an addiction can't be healthy,
No.
In any sense. Like if you're addicted to something like climbing or sports, that's also bad, right? Because then you don't take rest days. Have you ever been addicted to something?
In the beginning, सुरुमा अब त्यतिखेर त थाहा पनि थिएन के गर्नुपर्छ भनेर यु जस्ट डुइङ ओन्ली वान थिङ के गर्नुपर्छ रेस्ट गर्नुपर्छ थाहा छैन होइन कसरी चाहिँ बडी वार्मअप गर्नुपर्छ त्यो थाहा थिएन त्यो कुराहरू त सुरुमा हुन्छ मिस्टेक हुन्छ अब म स्पोर्ट्समा एडिक्ट चाहिँ भन्दिनँ किनकि अब मलाई गर्नै पर्छ भन्ने छैन तर for recreational activities it boosts your mood, it makes you happy, that's why I do it.
त्यो के भन्छ नि त्यो डोपामिनहरु त्यो के रिलीज हुन्छ it's like whenever I go to the gym I feel the same thing. I feel so good, right? But adding on to the list of things that you've done, you've also recently gotten into yoga,
Yeah.
I mean, is this is this like some kind of cult you've joined? You've got long hair now, big beard.
मैले अब वास्ता नगरे हो अब कपाल बढिरहेछ दाढी बढिरहेछ अब त्यो वास्ता नगरे मात्रै हो होइन तर अब अब अलिकति अब राम्रो बन्नुपर्ने त्यो चिटिक्क परेर आउनुपर्ने हो होइन तिम्रो मानवको पडकास्ट पनि यसरी सुत्रो भएर आइरहेछ होइन yoga is the new thing that I'm doing which I have been willing to do it so long time ago देखि होइन अब what I'm feeling now किनकि योगामा चाहिँ के भइरहेछ भन्दाखेरि I spent 2 months in ashram उता तमिलनाडुमा ईशा योगा फाउन्डेसनमा I spent 2 months I learned a lot of things and I'm turning inward now. I'm not going outside to find
new stuff,
happiness, joy, everything is inside and it's very beautiful and it also helps you to realize there is only one life and you are a small part of it. There is no such life as your life, my life, plant's life. There is only life and we are part of it and we just share a little bit of it के अब भनौँ न एउटा ठुलो रोटी छ तिम्रो रोटी मेरो रोटी भन्ने हुँदैन हामी सबैले अलिअलि पिस 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 खाने मात्रै हो क्या अनि अब योगाले चाहिँ मलाई रियलाइज गर्न हेल्प गर्यो कि we are one life के अब I felt it for like split seconds of time होइन त्यो बेला त्यो टाइममा and it was so beautiful. I haven't felt anything like that ever in my life.
I don't think what you do is just yoga, right? Because you do meditation as well, or you do other stuff.
अब meditation चाहिँ एकदम limited word हो. अब yoga means a union. Union is like we're all one, होइन? You know union, mathमा पढाएको थियो नि union होइन जसमा चाहिँ सबै चिज हुन्छ होइन सो योगा actually means a union. योगाले चाहिँ it helps you to understand, feel the whole universe as a one के त्यो चाहिँ experiential levelमा चाहिँ उसले गर्न सक्छ and for that you need to do a lot of preparation and things. So meditation is a part of yoga. So I have applied for yoga teachers training, which is going to be intense if I got accepted. The training चाहिँ अति hardcore हुन्छ 5 months आश्रममा बस्नुपर्छ अनि rigorous training हुन्छ and hopefully I can become a yoga teacher by next year.
Yeah. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Add to the list of things. I mean, 2 things. I mean, when you were saying about like finding the beauty inside, right? It's almost like you're an emperor conquering a bunch of forests, right? And you're always focused on expanding and finding new things, then you forget the beauty of what you already have, right? And yoga almost helped you find that beauty that you already had.
No, yoga didn't help me like that way. Yoga, let's say, it helped to widen my perspective. अनि it's helping me to turn inward. केही पनि कुरा हुन्छ भने first you have to look inside, हैन? केही चिज राम्रो भइरहेछ नराम्रो भइरहेछ, you have to look inside in yourself, turning inward. So this is helping me. Yoga is helping me in that way. अब मैले चाहिँ अब every day I'm doing yoga, every morning, every evening, twice a day, हैन? I'm doing yoga. There are a number of things I have to do every morning, and I haven't missed it any single day since July.
This July, like
no, not July. August.
Wow, it's a long time.
अहिले के हो December.
अहिले December.
February.
यस्तो जेनमा बसिरहेको छ दाइ त डेटै थाहा छैन यार. Oh my god.
August, September.
दाइले न्यू इयर सेलिब्रेट गरेन?
December थाहा छैन मलाई कहिले भयो. कहिले हो न्यू इयर?
अयो
त्यही त since August भनौँ, जुलाईमा I did something Surya Kriya, I learned that. अनि अगस्तमा I went ashram, and since ashram I'm doing it every single day.
Why did you decide to go to the ashram in the first place?
There is something more than you know in this life, and that I don't know what it is. And in that quest, I am seeking. So, spirituality, I think it helps me to take there. So that's why yoga.
That's why yoga. Because you wanted to help find that meaning to life.
त्यही त अब हामीले जे गरिरहेछौँ, जे देखिरहेछौँ, त्योभन्दा बाहेक के छ त, होइन? थाहा छैन नि त. पृथ्वी बाहिर के छ नि त, असङ्ख्य ताराहरू छ, होइन? त्यो के हो, कस्तो हो, थाहा छैन नि त हामीलाई. So I think spirituality can help learn that, experience that in some different dimension. I don't know. So that's why I'm going to the void.
To the void of life to find out the answers.
Could be. So Sadguru is the guru for me now.
Okay.
So I'm just following his path, whatever he's saying. So I am
bet
ready to fall in the pit.
I bet through
bottomless
this,
pit.
I bet through this you've learned so much, right? Like the appreciation for even the tiniest things in life, right? How does that make you feel as a person? Like looking back at your life without this, how does that make you feel?
Without what?
Without the perspective of like appreciation.
Oh, then it will be a life of an animal.
No, but then looking back on those days of your life where you didn't have yoga and didn't have this spirituality, like
थियो होला अलिअलि थियो होला. तर अब सुरुदेखि नै गरे भए अहिलेसम्म अब मेबी आई कुड हेभ बिन एनलाइटेन्ड. तर त्यस्तो सोच्नु पनि जायज नहोला, किनकि अब कतिको इन्टेन्स हुन्छ, अब होइन, कर्मा भन्ने कुरा पनि आउँछ. अब होइन, you know, like अलिकति what's karma?
Yeah, I know karma.
कर्मा भनेको तिमीले
You
जे गर्छौ त्यसको फल तिमीले पाउँछौ,
हैन?
अनि कर्म भनेको अब राम्रो काम गऱ्यो भने राम्रो हुन्छ, नराम्रो गऱ्यो भने नराम्रो हुन्छ. तर अनि अब you believe in past life?
Me?
Yeah,
I believe in past life.
What were you in past life? What do you think you were in past life?
Oh, in past life. Oh, I thought you were talking about like when you die. Past life. Yeah, कस्तो past life? त्यस्तै. Do you think you will be born even after you die, or do you think you had another life before you born? I'm a bit like in the middle with this. Yeah, like to some degree, I believe that I was something before, but like then again, it's like, is it really true? And it's like it's so sad because you'll never know.
कहिलेकाहीँ तिमीलाई लाग्दैन why kids ask so many questions? Why do you think how that come from a little human
Who doesn't?
who doesn't know anything but can ask so many questions that even adults cannot answer? Where do you think that comes from?
Past life?
Oh no, थाहा छैन मलाई. I'm asking you. Do you know?
I don't know. Do you know?
Well, I can interpret. I can.
Well, tell us your interpretation.
I think त्यही त अब a life जान्छ मर्छ आउँछ फेरि इट गेट्स न्यू बडी होइन अनि अब कति कुराहरू सल्भ भइसक्यो हुँदैन नि त जस्ट लाइक अ म्याथ प्रब्लम कति सबै कुरा सल्भ हुँदैन अनि त्यो सल्भ भएको कुराहरू चाहिँ बसिरहेको छ क्या अनि त्यो चाहिँ अब निस्किन खोज्छ कतै न कतैबाट अनि द्याट्स वाट इज क्युरियोसिटी जस्तो लाग्छ मलाई चाहिँ होइन सबै कुरा थाहा पाउनु पऱ्यो के छ त्यहाँ होइन त्यहाँ आकाशमा के छ त्यो चन्द्रमाभित्र के छ होइन मार्समा के छ अनि त्यसरी नै एक्सप्लोर भयो नि त सबै एन्ड द्याट्स ह्युमन नेचर
That is, to want to learn and expand, होइन?
जबसम्म मान्छेलाई त थाहा हुँदैन खोजेको गर्छ होइन वाट इज इट त्यो के हो होइन इट्स नाइस होइन इट्स भेरी ह्युमन
It is, and that's what I believe is our species.
And now imagine you don't have any curiosity, you don't have any desires, anything. You just simply sit at one place with the existence and you just download everything all automatically by yourself from the cosmos. How awesome is that?
That's pretty awesome. Shocked.
Now there is nothing you know, and there is nothing that you don't know. At the same time.
There's nothing you know, and then there's nothing you don't know. What?
तिमीलाई थाहा भएको कुरा के पनि छैन तर तिमीलाई थाहा नभएको कुरा पनि के पनि छैन.
So you know nothing and everything at the same time.
I think you just realize that you know nothing.
You're telling me that I know nothing.
No, realizing or coming to a point that we know nothing.
We know nothing because we're such a minute. Wait, what? Oh my God. We know nothing because we're so small and insignificant.
होइन यस्तो भने कति कुराहरू एभाइलेबल छ जस्तै हावामा कति ग्यासेसहरू एभाइलेबल छ होइन तर हाउ कम वी आर टेकिङ ओन्ली अक्सिजन नट अदर ग्यासेस कसरी थाहै छैन नि त कसरी when like one cell from a man one cell from a girl meets a life forms कसरी त्यो भयो कसरी अनि
mitosis
त्यही त अब त्यो प्रोसेस थाहा छ तर त्यो त्यहाँ कसरी
actually happens
हैन
and then
एउटा वन सेलमा तिम्रो सब डेटा हुन्छ अनि अर्को वन सेलमा सब डेटा हुन्छ त्यो कन्जुगेट भएर फेरि अर्को एउटा नयाँ लाइफ बन्छ
full of so many different
cells. That's like so amazing हैन but we don't know how it's happening नि त automatically भइराछ नि त
so we know stuff but we don't know stuff like we don't actually know it we just know the gist of it right we don't actually fully understand what's happening like then again we breathe in oxygen and we expel carbon dioxide right and that's because of respiration and right that like the byproduct of respiration is carbon dioxide but why does our body not use all the other gases in the air right and like why because when we breathe in there's no filter to only let oxygen in right so everything is going to the lungs but we only use oxygen so what's happening with all those other gases
how कसरी there is a system inside built in नि त हैन
Dai, can you come to my biology class सोध्नु न यस्तो कुरा त
त्यही भनेको यो भनेको त अब जस्तै सफ्टवेयरमा रिटर्न छ नि त हाम्रो इनबिल्ट हो नि त यो त ल है अक्सिजन मात्र चाहिन्छ हामीलाई अरू चिज चाहिँदैन फाल्दियो कसरी भइरहेछ थाहा छैन अनि जन्मैदेखि कसरी सिकायो होइन नि त इट्स ह्यापनिङ इनभोलुन्टरी हार्ट इज बिटिङ होइन थ्रु आउट द लाइफ ढुक 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 होइन लाइक इट नेभर स्टप्स when you eat junk and then it's tough because it couldn't pass because of the fats and things get into your nerves because from the food that you ate.
Oh my gosh. I mean, my brain's gonna go into loops and get tied up if we continue.
That's the main thing. Losing your brain. Losing your brain as in like not making your brain as an important part of the life.
Losing your brain to find your soul.
Losing brain चाहिन्छ तर ब्रेनलाई इम्पोर्टेन्स दिनु हुँदैन.
It's not everything is what you're trying to say.
हार्ट पनि equally important छ नि त. Lungs important छ. No coffee. I cannot sleep if I drink coffee.
Coffee कहाँ यार 8 बज्न लाग्यो that coffee.
पानी भए पुग्छ.
कस्तो कफी खान्छ 8 बजे यार?
पानी.
Who drinks?
मेरो एउटा ध्यान बस्नुपर्ने छ फेरि अर्को एउटा अनि त्यही.
कति बजे ध्यान दिन्छ? तैँले कति बजे ध्यान दिन्छ नि फेरि?
अब मेरो एउटा साम्भवी महामुद्रा बाँकी छ.
कति बजे गर्नुहुन्छ?
It's 21 minutes. अब few minutes. एकछिनमा half an hour, 1 hour.
अब हैन, let's end it here before we get too twisted, हैन?
Yeah, before ending, I would like to say something to Manav, हैन?
Yeah.
You are a very intelligent person.
Thank you.
I really enjoyed talking to you.
Yeah.
But
probably I have a few questions for you before we get into the whole thank you thing.
I have another question. Tita, yeah, I mean, you have this is a physical thing you have, हैन? What do you call it?
Bottom up.
Oh no, physical problem. I mean, तिम्रो body ma.
CP, I call it CP. Cerebral palsy.
Cerebral palsy.
Thank you.
Cerebral palsy, it's only for the body matra ta, हैन? So what is it?
So basically, I don't fully understand it either, but it's basically, I think when I was in my mom's womb, I didn't get enough oxygen. And because of that, my brain wasn't able to develop properly, right? So there are different levels, or there's a spectrum of cerebral palsy. Some people it affects mentally, some people it affects physically, right? So because of that lack of oxygen, my brain did not develop properly. So the part of my brain that got affected, I'm not quite sure, don't quote me on this, So basically because of that, my body isn't able to communicate with my muscles as well as a normal person would, right? And it's no one's fault. It's not like my mom was a smoker or my dad was a smoker.
It's like 1 in a million.
It's like I'm the lottery and I won the lottery. It's not like a genetic thing, right? Like if I've googled it, if I have kids, they have the same probability of having.
You really want kids?
I don't want kids. Not like this.
You're thinking of something with someone?
Not with someone, but like
not with someone.
A story for another time.
So I don't think you have any problem except like some connection with the body and muscles. Yeah. Your brain is completely fine. Yeah. And you're only 14 now?
I'm 15.
15? Congratulations. Yeah. I've never had any intelligent talk like this with any 15-year-old guy or girl or anyone.
Thank you so much.
It feels like I'm talking with my friend. So, yeah, you have capacities understand गर्ने. I mean, you are asking these questions, त्यो यतिकै आउँदैन नि त. And yeah, it's
Thank
awesome.
you so much. Thank you so much. I mean, do you have a final message for our viewers to like really get in that inspiration and like your message of like when people listen to this podcast, what do you want them to get out of it? What do you want them to go and do and learn? I know, like, what is your final message to us?
You're missing a lot of things if you're not listening to Manav's podcast. And the next thing is, if you're not listening podcast, then you should come climbing.
Yeah.
You should come slacklining, you should come highlining with me.
So if you're not listening to my podcast, you should either be studying, not even studying.
Don't study, it's a waste of time.
Screw studying.
Don't go to school, bunk the school.
I'm going to have to clip this and that's how I'm going to get some views.
You can put it. Like, school is just a waste of time. Don't go to any school.
I partially agree as well.
Yeah.
I partially agree.
So he's going to quit school from tomorrow.
That is not what I said.
I mean, class 10 summer you can go. After class 10, you can do whatever you want in life.
त्यो बोर्ड एक्जाम दिएपछि होइन
बोर्ड एक्जाम नदिनु हुन्छ
Let's end it right here before one of us gets like
So
someone
you were
go
saying
there.
about kids, right? If I have my kids, I will never send them to school.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty awesome. Will you be my dad?
Okay.
Let's go.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I also have to come to your course, right? I can't wait.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it after this, but that's going to be fun.
Sure, yeah.
So
I'm looking forward to it.
But just to wrap it up, our final message to our viewers is you should either be listening to my podcast or doing something physical.
Yeah, either listen to Manav's podcast or go outdoors and play.
Exactly.
Simple thing, just go run.
To find the beauty of nature, you know?
Yeah, spend time as much time in nature. Don't stay indoor, go outdoor.
म त आज बाहिरै सुत्छु यार मलाई आज बाहिर सुत्ने
आज full moon हो, you should be awake if possible.
Like a wolf. A woo.
Like a wolf. के भयो?
Okay.
Hey,
La. Okay, we're gonna go look at the moon, but I hope you guys enjoyed this show. I enjoyed it a lot just talking with our hero over here.
बिचमा अब कति कुरा अब बुझ्दै नबुझ्ला हैन तर सबै कुरा बुझ्छ भन्ने छैन हैन because something is like a Darth Vader.
Yeah, let's go. Let's take a good photo. Yeah.
Thank you, Manav.
Thank you so much.
I enjoyed your time.
I enjoyed it as well.
Yeah.
La.
Knuckles.
Douche. Darth Vader.
Subscribe. Like.